Great. I was on the dock, walking down the dock, and here came this big galoof of a dog. And the individual leading or attempting to control the dog was saying, "I don't believe it. He's so happy to see you. He never is happy to see anybody." And I got to talking about him and everything else. And I talked with the dog, of course. And then he turned to me out of the blue and said, "I'll go sailing with you anytime. And oh, by the way, I leave my type A personality at the office." I didn't really understand what he was trying to say to me at that time. Was he trying to bamboozle me into saying he was somebody that was fantastic or something? Well, I found out that he was a little bit of a powerful individual over at a little firm called Intel. And that's the reason he wanted to tell me that he left his type A personality at the office, because he said, "I'll be anything you need on the boat. I'll be the cook, I'll be the mate, or I'll sail the boat if needed." And that led me into thinking about it when I was looking at this leadership, the different types of leadership. Personality individual was when I was working in a high-tech firm doing manufacturing as a production engineer. I had been assigned a product line, and it was the product line to be on, and it was going to be shipped no matter what. And so they had an 8:30 meeting every morning. And it was definitely an authoritative meeting. You did not want to come up on that meeting list when your name was called and have any problems underneath it. You want to be preventing them before, a couple of days before, or already have a solution to the problem, or your boss and boss's boss and boss's boss would be behind you asking you why you weren't done with the solution yet. So definitely authoritative method of management. And that's the way they expected you to run around and take care of everything. So I sat there, and when I left that world, I went into the entrepreneurial world where you cannot be authoritative. You cannot demand anything, because a lot of the people we were working with were small businesses. They could go elsewhere. You couldn't get the product from them if they didn't want to give it to you. They wouldn't help you if you didn't ask them nicely and show compassion. One illustration was, I was trying to get some materials. I called Mickey, and Mickey says, "I don't have them, but Danielle does." "But Danielle's not answering his phone, Mickey." Mickey says, "Well, he's on holiday." And I said, "Holiday?" He says, "Just a minute." He went away. He came back and he said, "You may call Danielle tomorrow at noon, but not any later than 2, and he will answer the phone." He was a member of a particular sect of the Jewish faith that was on holiday for a particular holiday. But Mickey went out of his way to find out what was needed. And then over time, I went out of that world even, and it got smaller. I went into more of the horse world, into smaller contacts and everything else. And I sitting there thinking here in the last few months what I've been doing as far as leadership, what style of leadership I've been having. And it's been very intense on horses. We've been taking care of some horses, and we've been having some issues, and we keep improving on the issue. And today is very well. But it brought up to me to think about last summer was an issue that came about that we went to the one and only horse show of the summer that we went to. And it was hot. It's in Estes Park. And my daughter was coming out of the show ring, and she's starting to fall off the horse. So what was the priority? Get her off the horse because he's only 6 feet tall to the saddle. So we got her off the horse, got her to the golf cart in the shade, got her cooled off and everything else. And all of a sudden, well, we have to worry about the horse. As it was said earlier today, horses are fight or flight. So where's the horse? He was over here where I parked him, standing there. He had made the democratic decision that I need to be here because my people over here are having problems. So I have to take the leadership role. He said, so I will take care of the leadership role. I'll stand here. And through the training and coaching of him, he knew not to worry about it. He knew he had to take the charge and not go and bamboozle us and do something stupid of running all about Estes Park. So I realized, especially when people started swarming around him like bees, they were all over him, worried about him. My wife said, you need to go get Bobby and move him because he's can't handle it much longer. I had realized that we had coached him and provided him leadership qualities that he could take care of himself. So I went over, picked up the bridle and took him to the barn, and all things were great. And there's no bamboozling to be done. So Greg, don't bamboozle us anymore.
Thank you.